This is me seconds before disaster, and this is me getting disqualified.
George, wait there a second.
But how did everything at my home track go so wrong? What started as a normal race quickly turned
Into one disaster after another.
By the end of this video, you'll see how my hardest day in racing unfolded.
And the crash that ended it all.
What's happened?
I've already told you, I've been disqualified. Shut up.
Right, let's rewind to where this all started. Qualifying at my home track. I was feeling confident, maybe a little too confident.
With 3 races ahead, the real trouble started right here.
We're through to track today, a 9-minute practice, 1 hot lap quali. Some quick drivers, see how we do. Dry line is quicker, it's just a bit dicey. Let's keep this close for a hot lap. He's all over the place. Keep him in front now, keep trying to slot in somewhere. Oh, it's our friend Ball. Oh, 29's a rocket ship. Right, we're using Ball.
And with our quali coming to an end, even with Paul's toe, there was nothing we could do.
Hey, further away. Oh dear. Well, his suspicions was right. Still going a bit hollow.
And with that, we qualified P7. Not ideal, but with a different car,
It would let me fight my way back to the front, but that's not quite how it played out.
Alright, let's do this. Not a great quality. Let's try and make up for it.
With all eyes firmly on that gantry, it was time to let race number 1 begin. Here at Three Sisters, we get a brilliant launch. We try and throw that car forward to get even further forward. We started down into 7th, we managed to make it up into 6th. We head past the first corner, down into 5th, but we're on the outside, meaning we get pushed wide. Drummond's back down into 6th place with that inside covered on the apex. We're stuck on this outside, so we have to slip back in behind Amelia there. Drummond's down to 7th, but the inside is opening up behind Paul Walsh there, allowing us to make some more positions. We tried to go for a move down as corner, we're just not far enough alive, so we have to back off ever so slightly, but we managed to make a few positions up there as we're heading down into the end of the Conrad Straight. We signal to Amelia, we need to work together, we need to head down and make sure we can get to the front of this grid, and we tried to send it down the inside. We get tapped from Amelia, then we make up a few positions, putting us up into 5th place by the end of the Conrad Straight, and we go down the inside following Paul Walsh, getting past Adam Gudgeon there on the left hand side. We head round the final hairpin, and Adam is still there. We have to drop behind him. Drummond's back down to 5th, and on our inside is Amelia trying to take that position. Now we drop and lose another position to Adam Thompson as we head out the first few corners. We're pushed slightly wide, putting us onto the rumble strips there. We lose the position, but we gain it back as he has to take the corner slightly tighter. We slot in behind Amelia Charlesworth there as we tap going into Luna there. We'll try and follow her around, get that slipstream as we come out of that exit. We know kart 29 is a good kart, so that's what Paul had in qualifying, so we can work with Amelia. We'll make a way through, but a lap later the track does go yellow and it goes back to green, allowing us to overtake Adam Gudgeon there, who just managed to get us coming out of the first corner. And we're back with Amelia and Paul Walsh in front. We want to be working together with them to try and make up some positions, so I push Amelia down that inside and we follow her through, keeping that inside line, and all these drivers on the left hand side get stuck to the outside getting freight train, and Adam Thompson gets stuck in that as we head down to the bottom on Conrad. We're overtaking him and managing to get to that apex before him. We slot right and we get a little tap on the bumper there, which sends us slightly sliding as we come out the end of Conrad there. We look over our shoulder, but Adam Thompson's managed to come down the inside, and a gap is opening up down the inside here on the final hair. We send it for a move, we get tapped into the back, and I believe Chrissy Harding gets taken out of that corner there. There's not much we could do, but we managed to gain a huge amount of positions from that incident there. And just on our right hand side, going into the first corner, we got Adam Gudgeon there, riding the curve. He slides off it, hits us, and it goes yellow again, so no overtaking hammers. As we come around this corner here, though, it is back to green. Paul Walsh has just made a move for first position as they head into the first corner there. So now with us in third, we need to get our head down, work with Amelia behind us to try and catch up to Paul. Later on in that lap, we are now on the bumper of Junaid there. Now hopefully we can use Junaid's slipstream to get past him, to get to Paul, and we get a brilliant run coming out this corner here. We look for that inside slide, but he covers it off, so we have to go for the conventional driving line. He tries to take it tight, and we leave the door open for Amelia to come darting through, dropping us down into 4th place. I do not want to battle Amelia. We need to be working together to try and catch ourselves up to Paul, so we know what to do. We're going to push Amelia all the way down each straight and make sure we're using the slipstream to work together to try and get back to Paul out in front. As we're heading into Luna here, I take a slightly wider line in Amelia to focus on the exits. We come around here, but I absolutely send it flying, sending us wide as we head out of Luna there. Amelia does a brilliant job of using Janae's slipstream to try and get past him before the end of Conrad. I try and follow through and take the corner nice and tight, but Janae manages to keep his nose in there and making that wider line, giving a brilliant exit out of that corner there. I'm trying to use the slipstream to beat him till this final hairpin here, but I just can't do it. The track goes yellow and there's no overtaking, so I have to back out of that move there, but it wasn't quite on anyway, so hopefully by the time we get back to that Conrad straight we can get Janae. But if you see there, just over our shoulders, the battling isn't complete. There's still people on our case ready to pounce, so we need to get past Janae as fast as we can. I'm looking over my shoulders, panicking as we head into Luna. I tried to take a slightly tighter wide so then we can get a good exit coming around here, but you can see I'm bouncing all over the place. I just can't seem to get that inside line, which is going to hamper our exit, but at least we've got the slipstream of Janae in front, which will help us. But Amelia is just in front of him. He's also going to have that slipstream, but luckily we did have the power in this car to try and make a move here. We go down the inside. Janae pushes us slightly onto the curb and we just can't make the move stick, so Janae goes wide once again, getting that good exit as we head down into the final hairpin. We're going side by side. I tried to make it move as we head into this final section. It's still yellow though, so I have to back out once again, but the track is now back to green. Has anyone taken advantage of the fact we had to back off there? No, they do not. As we head across the line, we're heading now into lap number 8, so we're heading into turn 1 and 2. I tried to take it slightly tighter to get Janae, beat him down into Luna, but there's nothing I could do. I go into the rumble strips, I push him down, and we've got a car on our inside ready to take advantage of all this battling. And as this is all going on, Amelia is disappearing off into the distance. We tap the back of Janae there ever so slightly, which will hamper our exit out of this corner. We push him along the straight, trying to get ourselves away from the driver behind. We move to the inside to try and make a move, but we just don't have enough power in the car. All that pushing of Janae there has given him that extra power to keep himself in front. But as we're heading now into the final section of the track, thank goodness it is now green and we can potentially go for a move. He knows we're here. We know we're going to go down the inside. We make that move. He pushes onto the curb there and he goes flying off. There's nothing we could really do there as we got pushed, turned into on that final corner. We lose 2 positions from the 1 position we were trying to overtake. As we head into turn 1 or 2, this is where the race begins to fall apart. We get hit there and we get a massive snap of oversteer. It's our friend Josh on the inside who is a heavyweight in this race. So we're racing in 2 different classes here, so hopefully we can work together as we know we're not battling each other. So I take the inside of his slipstream here, and then the driver on the outside is getting left out to dry as the freight train of all the carts coming through here gets pushed down the inside. We're trying to catch up to Adam Gudgeon in the carts in front there, but there's not much we can do. We send it down the inside there, get pushed onto the curb ever so slightly. We're losing speed due to that, and we just lost in behind cart number 12 there due to that incident. As we're heading into the final hairpin here, we're trying to take advantage of all the battling happening up in front. We're using that slipstream to gain an advantage, and Josh is going to be struggling as we are in a lighter class as we're racing through these first few corners here. We're bumper to bumper as we head into turn number 2. Adam Gudgeon has backed off a little bit and I see a gap. I tried to go down the inside. There's a little bit of rubbing and racing going down as we head into Luna. I know I've got the inside line and I'm trying my best to hold my ground, but I have to slot back in, otherwise we would have ended in a big crash and it would have hampered our exit coming out this corner here. I go slightly wider to try and concentrate on that exit down to Conrad. We're using that slipstream. I tried to go around the outside as we've got slightly more power, but I'm getting pushed onto the grass and I have to back off ever so slightly, otherwise again we would have been in a hell of another crash. Due to that incident down the Conrad straight, we're losing a little bit of power as we're heading into this final section here. We've got the slipstream of cart number 12. I see a gap opening up down the inside. He leaves the door wide open. We tried to make a move, but we're just not far along enough side. He doesn't have to give us the space, and Adam Thompson is down our inside, ready to pounce and take advantage of all this battling that's happening out in front of him. I have to go a little bit defensive heading into that corner, and down the inside goes Adam Thompson. He sees the gap and he makes the move. An absolute brilliant move from Adam Thompson as we head down into the Luna bend. You can see he's got that position well done and dusted. We have to slot back in and we're going to try and keep the inside again like we used Josh before. We're going to freight train all the way through the inside of that corner, and I get tapped into the driver left. I have to apologise due to Adam Thompson turning left as he headed onto the Conrad straight there. We're all slipstreaming each other. The extra speed as we head into the end of the Conrad straight allows the driver of Elliot Gregory to come darting down that inside. We've dropped all the way back to 7 where we started this race. I'm losing the grasp on that top 3. literally second by second in this race. For a moment, it looked like we were going to be flying up that leaderboard, but now we're stuck down in 7th, but luckily managed to make a position up to 6 as Adam Thompson went wide into that final hairpin. It's turning into an extremely scrappy race there. You can see Elliot slightly slides coming out of Luna there. We get tapped, which is going to hamper our speed all the way down the Conrad straight there. He's gone into the fetal position to try and gain any sort of advantage, and I'm looking at my shoulders. I know Adam Thompson is ready to pounce and make a move for these final few places on this last lap here, as Adam Thompson and Josh Pritchard are fighting for first in heavyweights. We see Elliot taking down the inside there with Adam on the outside. I want to take back that inside line, but we're just not close enough along, and Elliot goes wide onto that rumble strip, allowing us to have that inside. So we head down into the Luna Bend. We've got the inside there. We're trying to claim the position. We move back to the apex, but Elliot is there. We're going to get stuck in the middle of the track, which is where we do not want to be. We've seen this move happen twice before, not on us, but on everyone else, and they're going to freight trainers, and we're going to be stuck on that outside as they head all the way down the Conrad straight. We've just not got enough power to keep up with them, and as predicted, we get freight trained. We have to slot back in behind Adam Thompson. We're getting tapped on the back. It's bumper to bumper as we head into the final lap of this race. We need to make some moves. We can't make a move here. The gap just isn't there. We have to sit behind Adam Thompson, bum to bum with Elliot just in front, who's not going to be wanting to give up any more positions in this race after the brilliant overtakes he's made on these final few laps of the race. So we're heading into turn number 2. It's the final lap of this race. We're trying everything. We're using that slipstream. Adam Thompson, I see a gap is opening up as we head into the Luna Bend. I try and claim the spot, but I get pushed onto the curb, and I try and switch back, but we've lost a little bit of speed, so I try to go a bit wider so then we can cut back in, not to hamper our exit here. We use that slipstream Adam Thompson. I try and push him down the straight, which is going to really hurt our chances of trying to get this overtake done. He defends that inside line. I move to the outside, ready to make an overtake heading into the final hairpin. We don't want to lose any positions in these final few corners of the last lap of the race. We use that slipstream. We dart down that inside. We make the move. We make the position stick. We get the position, and now it's a darting run down to the finish line where we managed to claim 6th in race number 1. And let's just say I had some choice words to say about the driving standards.
Terrific. So bad. It's like turn as if you're not there. Well done, mate.
Where did you come, Josh? Wait there a second.
Yeah.
What happened with Chrissy?
Chrissy, I couldn't tell you.
At that final corner.
I'm just trying to get the footage up, so I couldn't tell you what
Where do you
happened.
think you took her out? That's what the marshal told.
So race 1 didn't go to plan. I was frustrated and desperate to turn things around, ready for race 2. But when I saw which cart I'd been given, let's just say I knew this race was about to get interesting.
This ain't ideal. That's a rapid car. Apparently that's rapid. We've got the car that we had in quality that wasn't too great, so it hasn't done well in any session, so this is going to be... There's no chance. But whatever, we'll give it a go. Maybe it'll make an interesting race.
And with all that optimism out the way, it's time to let race number 2 begin. We actually get a decent start here compared to Amelia out in front. We try and go down the middle there, but we get squeezed, meaning we lose a little bit of power, so have to slot in behind Chrissy there. We're already getting tapped on our bumper as we head through turn 2 there. Was on that inside line. We got someone on our outside, and look at the speed in that car that Adam Gudgeon's managed to get there, but we're stuck on the inside and we can't slot in as Adam is there, but we try and slot in behind him there, dropping us down into 6th place as we head out of Luna here. Luckily, we've got the slipstream of everyone out in front, which will keep us in this battle. We just need to make sure we're constantly getting that toe. Instead of Bass and Adam here, we push him along the Conrad straight. There's no point trying to make some massive moves, losing positions right at the start of the race. We want to be working together here as we know our car hasn't quite got the power to keep ourselves in the battle. But as we're heading into the final corner, we do get pushed into it. We don't just have quite enough power to get past Adam Gudgeon on the left, which opens up the inside for Adam Thompson as we're heading down to the start-finish line. You can see that power we're losing there to the driver on our left, who managed to slot himself in front of us, dropping us down into 7th place. They go off though at turn 2, and we use that slipstream of Adam Gudgeon there to catch back up to the back of his car there, giving us back into 6th place. We've got tap from behind, tap in front, but we just need to keep that toe, and we follow Adam wide as we head round the Luna Bend here, heading onto the Conrad straight. Xiao Feng Yang is on the outside there. He's not got that toe, but he's keeping that driving line allowing all of Amelia, Adam and me to follow down that inside there. Amelia goes for a little bit wider, giving that space to Adam there to come flying through, and we're stuck on the outside with no slipstream, meaning we're going to lose speed to all the karts around us right now. So as fast as we can, we need to slot in right behind Amelia so we can get back using that slipstream. But we've got a driver on the left and a driver on the right, and yet again it's a drag race down to the start finish straight. We try and close off that inside so Adam Thompson doesn't make a move, and we're back on the bumper of Amelia Charlesworth here. Hopefully we can stick with her to work our way back to Adam Gudgeon up in front as we head down into Luna. We close the gap under braking slightly. We tap the back of Amelia there, and we try and stick to a bump here. We don't want to be battling. Like we said before, we want to be working with her here. So as we head onto the Conrad straight, I decide to push her all the way down the straight so we can try and get back to Adam Gudgeon out in front. But even in the slipstream, we were still losing time to Amelia out there. So we had to hope that these lot were all going to start battling, allowing us to catch up to the pack. And that's exactly what happened as we head round the end of the Conrad straight there. We're now right on the bumper of Chrissy, and Amelia is trying to go around the inside of Chrissy there. The gap has opened up. She tries to go for the move. She makes her way through and pushes Chrissy wide on the exit there, which gives us a bit of an advantage coming out the corner. I try and signal to Amelia. I didn't mean to hit. We're working together. We're trying to get through this field here. And I'm using everything I can to push Amelia through the corners, and hopefully we can follow through as well, getting past Chrissy. So we're heading down into Luna. I can see that Amelia potentially was going to go for that inside there, but I back off because there's no point trying to push her through that corner there. As we're heading into the Luna bend once again, we're sat bumper to bumper. Amelia now has the slipstream. Chrissy, you can see we're slowly losing time as we're coming out of that exit, heading down the straight. Amelia now has that inside line. Chrissy has no toe. If we can get close enough to Amelia here, we can follow through and get the overtake. Then we're nowhere near close enough. We end up on the bumper of Chrissy, now pushing Chrissy as we head towards the final hairpin of the track. We come off that bumper again, trying to go for that triple overtake we did in race 1, but the move is not on, and Chrissy goes for a move, makes contact with Amelia, and we manage to get in front of Amelia. There's a slight bit of contact on the exit, but it's now time for us to work together and see if we can make our way past Chrissy. We've got Amelia working with us as we're heading down into the Luna bend here. We tap on the back of Chrissy there. We've got the power, it's seemingly coming around this corner here. Chrissy didn't seem too confident through the Luna bend, but as we're exiting out with no toe, we finally have the power to potentially make an overtake. Chrissy is defending in the middle of the track, so I move left to try and get a good exit as we head around here, but I just don't manage to slot in correctly. We end up going over the curb, losing us a bit of time, giving Amelia a bit of a chance to come back through, and she's there on our right hand side, now on our left, and she's going to go for a move into this final hairpin, so I've got to give her the space, which is why I go slightly wider there. She just doesn't manage to make the move stick out of the Luna bend here. We're slightly further away from Chrissy here, which actually plays to our advantage, so we don't end up tapping her right when we come on the exit. So as we get to here, we want to move to the inside. We end up tapping her halfway down the straight due to her defending that line, so we move wide once again, leaving enough room for Amelia Charlesworth to go down the inside, meaning she's going to be using that toe from Chrissy as we head down into the final hairpin. She's still there on my right. I see a gap guy nearly go for the move there, but decide to back out of this. Chrissy's gone a hell of a lot tighter, so I was planning on focusing on that exit. We just don't manage to get past her once again. Later on into the lap now, you can see that Amelia is down on our insides. We're heading into Luna. We've got the inside as we're coming round this corner here, and we want to be using that slipstream once again from Chrissy to hopefully pull away from Amelia, but it looks like she's just got enough power. I duck down with all my might to try and use that slipstream, but Amelia is there ready to dart, and by the time we get to the end of the Conrad straight, Amelia has made the position and she's now up in front. Once again, it was time for us to work together to try and get past Chrissy, who's doing everything she can to defend, and Amelia moves down the inside and starts to get pushed onto the grass here. I try and take advantage and go back onto the driving line, but can't quite slot in to get a double overtake there. Amelia's pointing to the marshals. I'm shaking my head. We both saw it, and I've got a feeling Chrissy isn't going to give up this position easily. One lap later, Amelia starts to signal to work together, and she's going for an overtake on Chrissy here. I'm not close enough to take advantage, so I move back to the driving line, but Amelia starts to get pushed onto the grass. Chrissy leaves no room. Crash takes place, then is flying off the track.
Fucking fuck! What the fuck is this race, man? Fucking pointless. Oh my god. Oh, chaos there. Not even a contact warning at this point, man.
Race 2 was brutal. A slow kart and getting caught in a crash that wasn't my fault. That kart then went on to finish last in every race that day. And then race 3 happened. It couldn't get much worse, right?
This has got power. Oh, maybe it doesn't. Oh my god, it doesn't. That's the fucking point.
And with that beauty of a kart, we came last in class and somehow got disqualified for being underweight. That day was a day to forget. Thank you for watching all the way to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to like, subscribe. If you want to see more karting content, make sure to click on the video on the screen now.